Hey y'all, welcome to the Share the Health podcast with your co-hosts, Amy, Kaitlyn, and Mariah.
This podcast is for women who feel frustrated by the failures of the traditional healthcare system and are looking for solutions.
We'll be diving into all things women's health, being a female business owner, and life as a woman. Now let's get into today's episode.
Okay, Mariah, you're up. Tell us about who you are and what you do in business.
Hey, I am Mariah. I own Woman in Strength Fitness. We're over on 17th Street near the Cargo District, and we are a female-focused personal training studio that has a little bit of small group classes in there, as well as nutrition coaching. We also do pre- and postnatal training as well.
Okay, is it like just you?
So it's myself, and then I have two other coaches, Morgan and Monica. They both have their different specialties. We all work in the kind of strength focus. So using dumbbells, barbells, body weight, really focusing on core stabilization and building up overall strength throughout the body. And then Morgan, she does really well with doing like mobility and stretching, as well as incorporating that strength training. And Monica and I are both certified in postpartum and prenatal fitness. So we take a bigger approach in that. And both Monica and I are also nutrition, but she has her master's, so she can take on a little bit more in that realm.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Very cool. And you said small group classes, like what does that entail?
Yeah, so Morgan teaches those. Our small group right now, it's up to 4 ladies per group. So it's kind of more of a kind of a little bit more private compared to if you went to a bigger gym where you're going to be in a class of 10 to 20 people. And all of our classes are strength focused. So there will be like a lower body strength focused day, a upper body, and then full body. And everything, because it's only 4 ladies per group, you're able to customize a little bit more, pay attention to the members in the group and everything. So if there's anyone that has mobility issues or they just aren't able to do a certain movement because of past injuries or whatever it is, we're able to customize for that a lot better than going to like a bigger class of 20 people where you kind of get lost in the crowd.
Do people?
Yeah, it's like giving personal training in a group setting.
Yeah, and it makes it a little bit more price friendly, and you've got that community base there because you've got 3 or 4 other ladies with you, so you've got that support and everything. And a lot of our ladies go to the same classes, so they're in with the same people and they're familiar with them. They build up this relationship together, and it's a really nice environment for them to be in.
Yeah, that was like my question. Do people like join already thinking like, okay, I want to join with my friend and we want to do it together? Or are people like, do you like create these like little groups of
It's more that we kind of create these little groups. We definitely have had women join our small group classes and then they get their friends to join with them. But we've never really had like 2 ladies coming in and being like, hey, we're friends, we're going to do this together.
But I feel like so many people need that community feeling to keep them consistent with going to the gym.
Right. And the group classes is really great for that, but also with our personal training stuff, you're doing one-on-one, but there's also 2 other coaches there and 2 other clients working out. So we're in a space, it's an open space, we're able to communicate with each other, join in on each other's conversations and everything. And a lot of our clients that work out around the same times look forward to seeing the other clients that come in because they've also built up that relationship and that community together.
Yeah, there's something about like having friends that you're working out with that you like know that makes you like want to go versus like, I know for me personally, if I don't know anyone, I'm like not gonna go. I mean, I might sometime, but like it definitely helps being like, okay, someone's gonna keep me accountable. I gotta go.
Right, exactly. And it's one thing for the personal trainer to be holding their client accountable, but when they actually have someone that they look forward to seeing there or someone else who kind of challenges them to be there, they're more likely to be coming in and enjoying their time with us.
Yeah, that's really cool. I think that's something that I kind of miss sometimes because I do so much work from home. And I'm just like on a screen with another person and I miss that like community vibe.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely someone who's an introvert, which most people wouldn't expect for the job that I do. But that's how I get like my interactions with people, and that's how I get my community. And I absolutely love it. Um, so it keeps me busy, it keeps me happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do like community events too, right?
Yeah, so we're trying to keep consistently doing like a group walk every month. Go grab coffee, go out for a walk somewhere downtown, out at the beach or wherever. Um, so we'll alternate that, or we'll do like a group coffee social. So meeting up at a coffee shop and just all of us getting together chatting. Um, we'll do movie nights, like we did a movie night with pumpkin painting back in
Yes.
October.
I was about to ask about
Um,
the pumpkins because I saw the pumpkins.
yeah.
And I was
Um,
gonna ask like what like why do you do those like extra things, you
just to
know?
build the community more, because a lot of our clients, like, they're consistent with the times that they come in, so they're only seeing the same people over and over, which is fine. Or some days they're not interacting with any other clients. So my goal is to offer something where it's female focused, it's comfortable for them. They might know somebody that's already there, or if they don't, they can connect with someone new and have a better connection and build a relationship there. That way they're not like, oh, I'm just in this alone all the time. Like there's going to be people that they can meet and whatnot. Because personal training group classes, you're vulnerable. It's something different. It's not something that everyone's comfortable with. So by creating that community, it can help ease that discomfort and everything and build that motivation and accountability.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What made you want to start your business? Like, what did you feel was lacking in other places that you've worked?
So I mean, I knew I wanted to be private sector because I've worked in commercial gyms, I've worked in like other private facilities. And when I moved to North Carolina, I had worked for another gym that I really enjoyed. But it was time to open something for females because an issue that I was running into was the studio I was at was both men and women, male coaches, male clients, and then female coaches. Um, and not that the men made the women uncomfortable, but it was just a different energy and vibe than what they wanted to be around. So it came to a point where I was ready to move forward into my own direction. I had enough clients on my books. I had another coach that was ready to move with me. And we just decided it was time to go and open up a space for female only. And we've had a really good response to that, which is great.
Yeah. I feel
I
like you
think
are the only ones, right? That are
we
really
kind of, there's a couple others like Soul Fitness. She has a female focused, and she does great stuff. I think she's like on the other side of town. Um, and then there's other ones that cater more to women, but aren't completely female focused like we are.
Mhm.
Um, it's definitely a niche in this area of North Carolina.
Mhm.
Um, especially with like our commercial gyms and just they're overrun, especially being in college town. And a lot of women feel uncomfortable going there because either the people that are in the gym or they don't know what they're doing, so they don't want to be embarrassed or have people watching them all the time. So coming to us, it allows them to ease that anxiety.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed that with like our patients or just in general, even like in college when I first got into like weightlifting, I remember I would go into like at UGA we had like the boy gym and then the girl gym. I mean, not really, but like that's what they called it. But I know like a lot of girls would go to this like certain gym room versus like the other one that had all the squat racks and like all of that stuff. And I
Yeah.
remember just thinking like my friends would be like, "Well, I don't really like want to go in that one." Even though like we wanted to go do squats and deadlifts, like I had no problem. I was like, yeah, let's go do it. Let's go show the guys how it's done. Um, but I know a lot of people were just like, I don't know, like I don't really want to do that. And so I think it's great that you created like a safe space for women to get strong and like lift weights and be confident, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, because I mean, I even ran into that in college and even new gyms that I go to. I mean, in college, I would go to the gym at 6 a.m. just so I would avoid all the people
Hmm.
because I knew I wanted to be in the weight section. So at noon, it was going to be overrun by all the grunts in the gym.
Yeah.
um,
All the work.
so yeah, so like even going to new gyms and everything, you've always got to scope it out. It's uncomfortable, you feel weird, you feel like everyone's watching you. So even for someone that's in a gym constantly, you still get that like little bit of anxiety around it. So the goal with Women in Strength was to help ease that, and also educate women that fitness or lifting weights isn't going to make you bulky. It's not going to like have all these adverse changes that society has told them. Instead, it's going to make you strong, it's going to make you capable, and it's going to make you happy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you like always know that this is what you wanted to do, like little young Mariah?
No. 5-year-old Mariah wanted to be a police officer. Um, and up until about, I would say like mid high school, I still wanted to go through criminal justice. And then somehow I found athletic training. I never had an athletic trainer throughout high school, but I ended up going to college for that. And I enjoyed it, but I enjoyed working more one-on-one with people versus working with sports teams. So I had already had my personal training certification throughout college. And when I was going through, I think my senior year, I got an internship at a strength and conditioning gym. And that was just kind of it for me. A lot of what that gym did is how I base Women in Strength, especially with the community stuff. And eventually how their model was is what I want the model at Women in Strength to be. So still keeping that one-on-one personal training, but more having it as an open gym concept. So having coaches there, but having 2 to 3 clients working with them at a time, and they can work together in groups of people on the same program and still building up that community. But if people want that one-on-one attention, still, we can still give it.
Okay. Okay. So when you say open gym, you don't mean like people can just like walk in and like work out. You mean it's like it could still
kind of.
Or you
So
do.
like, sorry. Dog is playing with a toy. So it would be like still have our personal training, still have our group classes, and then have 2 other tiers of like you can do semi-private training where it's like 2 or 3 members to a coach. That coach programs for those people who are on a similar goal path, and they would come in for their set time, they would do the workout together and then go off on their way. Open gym would be similar where they could come in on their own time, they don't have to schedule with us, but we would have them on a program that we have written for them. So it would be different tiers depending on like what their financial situation is or what their scheduling situation is. They could do like one-on-one training with us and then also come in 3 or 4 days a week and do the programming on their own. So it's really, it would be more customizable for what they're looking for versus being limited to scheduling, pricing, all of that.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
I really like that because the feedback that I hear, since I'm often recommending like, hey, you need to go and do some strength training, is like, I just don't know what to do. And so having those like programs put together for them, with a little bit more of that flexibility if they, like price wise can't come in or schedule wise can't make it work all the time. But then they're still getting that help to make sure that they're doing all of the things correctly.
Right. And we offer 2 discounted training sessions as like an introduction. So if people aren't sure if they want to do personal training, they can try those out and move forward. Or they can use them as like they've been going to the gym on their own, but they have questions about they have questions about form or something, learning new movements and everything. They can come in for those 2 sessions. We can go over form and make sure that everything is right. They're not going to injure themselves. And then I can provide them online coaching where we use an app. It has video demonstrations of everything. It's got a workout built in. They would just go in, hit start, log all of their weights and whatnot. And then it notifies me every time that they finish the workout. So it's got the accountability factor. I can schedule workouts for them. I can create workouts. And it's a better option if scheduling doesn't work out, if pricing is an issue, but they're still able to get their fitness